guys, I'm Nick. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Treve, and I want to show you how to set up the Treve AI search component for content and blog sites today. So first thing we're going to do is pick out the site that we want to set up the component for. An example, the one that I think is going to be cool, is we will do Baker Hughes. Baker Hughes is a publicly traded oil company located in Houston, and I think that AI search and chat for their website would be awesome for people that are looking for jobs, roles, or just information on the company for investment purposes. So here, we're going to take the Baker Hughes URL. We're going to go to the dashboard, and we are going to create a data set for them. Once we create the data set for Baker Hughes, we are going to have to start a crawl for them. I'm going to add the URL here, ignore sitemap, and then we can take a look at the way their content works and figure out if we should have a particular kind of tag for the scrape to be most effective. Maybe they use article tags. Yeah, they do. So we're going to use the article tags as our include query selector. All this does, it means the only text we're going to actually put in the search index is what's inside of that article tag. It makes the end result of the scrape a little bit cleaner for the purposes of the AI interpreting it. We're going to go ahead and start this crawl. It's going to take a second here to start. We'll give it a little bit of time to actually pull in the first page before we move on. Okay, we've got the first couple of pages in, and we can open our search playground and hopefully see some content from Baker Hughes here, as long as my internet speed is doing all right, which it should be. Let's give this one more shot. There we go. Internet was being slow. So here you can see they were just like pulling in data from Baker Hughes's website. I don't know, it's not the cleanest stuff in the world, but thankfully AI is hyper intelligent and will be able to make sense of it regardless of language or format, which is awesome. Okay, so now that we have this crawl running, we're at 104 pages. It'll probably get more and more as time goes on. We're going to go ahead and set up the demo page for Baker Hughes. So the first thing here is you'll notice the actual URL has this really messy UID in it. We're going to want to remove that. So we're going to set a tracking ID to clean that up. Baker Hughes, we're going to set it as Baker Hughes. Now it's like nice and clean. And then we're going to put this as a doc site and press save. And what you'll notice is we get this super plain website with like the tree of purple and the component present here. It's going to load some example questions about Baker Hughes from the context that it has. We'll copy these for use later. But the first thing we're going to do, now that we kind of like have the site, is let's go ahead and pull in Baker's favicon. I have this little snippet of code that I paste in. You can get one similar from the LLM that you can put in the console to get the favicon. We're going to pull this favicon here, and then for our two sets, and then we're going to fill out the rest of the form. So the brand name here is Baker Hughes. It's a light color scheme. Their brand colors is green, and I'm going to take that from, I don't know, I guess maybe here on news. That should be fine. Perfect. We'll just rob that hex code. Okay, their font, usually I look at the G. They have work sans or enter G when it's fully connected to the top. That's typically the sign of, sorry, that is the sign of work sans. They have a Maven Pro or enter. We'll just do enter for the sake. My name here, my LinkedIn URL is automatic. You might have to put yours in if you want it to work that way. And then we can change placeholder text to how can I help? And then let's go ahead and add a floating Ask AI button in the bottom right-hand corner, and we'll save that. And now we can give this a look again for the actual demo page. And you'll see we got the floating Ask AI button with the Baker Hughes logo, and we have the component loading up with their green. We're gonna remove this setting here for like powered by your company, and we'll come back, set that for right now. Let's just put this back on Treve, Treve.ai, and this should say Treve, save, back over here. And you'll notice this goes back to being powered by Treve. Okay, cool. We're gonna copy these questions, and now we're gonna set our default AI questions for the demo page. That's over here. So we'll put these three into the box, and then let's go ahead and save. And we're gonna grab some search queries from the search side of the component. And don't worry, if you're wondering about the component itself and what it does, we'll cover that at the end here. Go ahead and copy this in. Okay, and now that we have that, the next step here is going to be to add in an open graph description of what the page is and why we are sending it to Baker Hughes, which is like going to be the destination for this link after we finish fully configuring it. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and explain that the title of the page here would be Chat GPT powered discovery for Baker Hughes for the Baker Hughes website, and maybe we can do custom demo of the OG image. What I always do is take the actual OG image from the site. It ends up being the most effective for actually, like, whenever, I guess my theory is that whenever they see, wow, Baker Hughes does not actually have an OG image. Maybe they do for a blog, which we're looking at a blog over here. Yeah, no, they don't. So we'll just take a random image from the site, which hopefully this is an image here. Nope, it's an MP4. Here's one. Okay. But yeah, by taking like one of their actual assets, whenever they see the image preview inside of iMessage or their email inbox or like however you're sending it to them, it makes it a lot more likely that they click and open it because it seems like it's actually native for their site. And the description here, I just will write like an intro of myself and what the demo is. It's like, hi, I'm Nick, the CEO slash co-founder Freeve. We raised 3.2 to help companies leverage AI to the greatest extent possible. We noticed that you have a huge content site which could enhance by allowing users the opportunity to browse with generative AI. You probably use AI every day. Don't you think that your users should be able to as well? Okay, it's kind of like a good example message of what you write for an open graph tag. And oh yeah, we'll put in some text here, demo for Baker Hughes. Okay, this is fully configured now. We're good to go to actually look at the demo page for kind of like one final time. So now page is still going to look pretty plain for like right at this moment. You're going to see here that we have some starter questions to help them use the component. So they can click on one of these, like details on hydrogen turbine tech, and get a stock answer from the LLM from the get-go, along with the sources it's pulling to actually back its response. In this case, before I go too much farther, we're going to change the LLM to GPT-4o mini, a little bit lower latency, which I think is king in this scenario over the intelligence of 4o. Okay. And we have voice search baked in as well. So I can ask, like, why would Baker Hughes be a good place for me to intern this summer? And again, the AI is able to pull from their website content that we scraped and then write an answer advertising Baker Hughes as a great location for a summer internship, which is awesome. There's also regular site search here as well, like portfolio, remote visual inspection. You can see the results here, the same way you would in their existing search. So they're not losing any functionality they already had with traditional search methodology. This also supports voice search, which is quite cool. And some weird issue happened with my browser there. Yeah, let's go ahead and exit this page and we can reopen one. Other interesting, fun things going on is that we can actually get this on a Baker Hughes's site pretty efficiently, which is the next step that we're going to take. So we like to use this tool called Tamper Monkey, which you can see here, to actually write custom user scripts and test out the component live on a given customer's website. Occasionally they'll have conflicting CSS styles or other details that we have to overcome to make the experience smooth. And Tamper Monkey gives us the opportunity to figure all of that out. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Baker Hughes' site. We're going to create a new Tamper Monkey script. Actually, we'll go over here. We're going to create a new Tamper Monkey script. The name of this will be Baker Hughes. We're going to add a star to the URL here and we'll save that, then enter back in. And we will go ahead and take the code that we use to generate this component for the demo page, which we can expose by adding a tab message with the show component box checked. We'll open that back up, close the old one. Yeah, and we're going to go back to our docs. And the first thing we'll do is actually copy the example code block that we added here as a replacement for the default Tamper Monkey function. And then we're going to replace this comment with what we have on the demo page. So we're going to replace the comment with this code here. Oh, I wanted to shift that back by a tab. The shift tab does not do that in Tamper Monkey. All right, that's all we have to do. I'm going to press save on this script. Now we can go back to Baker Hughes's actual website refresh the tab, and we should have seen our component pop up in the bottom right hand corner. Just looking to see if anything would have messed up here. Doesn't look like it. Let's take a look at the console and see anything odd went on, or if we got an error message. Fail to load the script because it violates the following content security policy directive. Okay, so for Baker Hughes, we actually are not going to be able to load the component up because they have this content security policy that limits us, which is totally fine. If we want to still demo the functionality, we can pick a different site, like we'll just Google Baker Hughes and then pick someone else that has a maybe like tangential thing going on. Yeah, we will, here, we'll pick the, not the recount, one of the Wikipedia. We'll do the Wikipedia because that's pretty simple. So again, same kind of thing. We're going to create a new Tamper Monkey script. And then because I already did it once, we're just going to copy and paste the function as a replacement for the Tamper Monkey function. And this is like wiki Baker Hughes. Get that saved. Go back to the wiki, refresh this page, and you'll see the Ask AI button appear in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is what would have happened on the Baker Hughes site if they didn't have that content security policy blocking us. But yeah, that's really all you have to do to like actually test and make sure the component's going to work on the given customer's site before telling them to add the script tag to their head. And that's it. It's like quite cool. It's quite easy. It's quite simple. You can get an advanced AI chat that you can ask any question to, like what's innovative at Baker right now. AI can understand what you're asking and then answer based on the content of the website. It's awesome. It's like a great use case for AI. It's really simple, quick, fast, and easy. All the analytics from this is going to be viewable in your Treve dashboard. And I appreciate you listening to how to create one here. We are always around if we can support you in being a potential partner. And to that end, the last thing I'm supposed to show you guys is in the dashboard. I changed this a little bit earlier. You can go to the settings and you can convert all of this to be for your company. So we're going to do your company here. And then instead of Treve.ai, we would do, your company.ai. I won't change that for now because I'm lazy and don't want to put it back. The favicon could be your website. I'm just going to do Google so you can see how it works. And you can customize the other links here as well. But now you will notice that on the demo page, we are going to have the component become white labeled for your company. So here you're seeing instead of powered by Treve, it'll say powered by your company with your company's favicon right next to it. Super cool. It gives you the opportunity to sell Treve as a white label service without having to clue people into the fact that you're selling Treve, which I think is awesome and creates a more positive experience as a Treve partner. And we're super interested to support anyone who wants to do that to the greatest extent possible. So if you're excited about the prospect of co-selling with us, then let us know, and we would love to do the absolute best we can to enable you for that purpose. Yeah, cheers. Appreciate you taking the time to learn about how all of this stuff works. Thanks.